By the way, we were just babbling to waste time. We found the LSD PSA.
See?
See how good
people,
we are?
how it works?
See how good we are?
It was called filler.
No one gives a crap about
Some people call us out on it.
My mice problem at this point.
They go, are you looking for something?
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is filler.
All right, and we got, hopefully Doug Stanhope still here. Doug?
Hey, I'm still here.
Hey, man.
All right, before we let you go so you can continue the trip, we got to play this thing for you. This is a real LSD PSA that they played back in the day. We're thinking late 60s, maybe early 70s. All right?
All right, I'm with you. I'm just enjoying the show. I don't have XM, so I'm happy just to listen to you.
Oh, we're not out there yet, huh? We're not in that 6,000 person town?
Bisbee, Arizona. I'm in a town of 6,000 people, for Christ's sake.
You know, that's a perfect town for XM. You got to get the XM. I'm sure local radio's not getting it.
Free Sirius radio.
Yeah.
And I can't even get the satellite out here.
You probably get XM, though. There's a lot more repeaters.
All right, here we go. The LSD PSA.
Either one's better than terrestrial. What did I say?
All right, here we go.
Listen to you.
Here we go.
I first dropped acid when I was 18. I was over at these people's house one night. This guy I went to school with was over there and asked me if I wanted to try some acid.
Did he?
I had read about it in the newspapers and heard a few friends talk about it, so I was curious. I was pretty jacked up on marijuana, so I decided to try it, and I dropped it. I don't know what I was waiting for, a flash or a rush or whatever, but I kept sitting there waiting, and nothing was happening. So I got up and then went to the dresser and put on a pair of pink capris and a green and brown blouse. I thought the colors were beautiful. So we...
Green and brown is asking for it by the way you're dressed.
There's a PlayStation. Oh, she's a real looker, this one.
Yeah.
So far, so good, though.
So far, it sounds like a good enough day. She dropped a little acid or something.
No real problem.
No, I got some pretty clothes on for the year. 1969, whatever the hell it is.
Horribly awry.
It's groovy. And then I started hearing some woo music, so things can't go well.
Here we go. Here we go. It gets ugly.
Yeah, here we go. Back to it.
So we tripped down to Market Street, and I decided to buy a hot dog. I was very hungry, and I had put mustard and ketchup and relish in the usual, and I put the hot dog up to my mouth, and somebody started screaming. I didn't know what was happening, so I looked up at my friend Terry and said, "Did you hear that? Didn't you hear someone scream?" He said no. I got the hot dog up to my mouth again, and I was ready to bite, and the scream got louder. And it hit me. No, it couldn't be. And I looked down at the hot dog, and there was a face on him. Eyes, nose, a mouth.
We know what a face is.
Ketchup to where it looked like his hair. And he started telling me that I couldn't eat him. He had a wife and 7 kids at home to support.
It's a Mexican hot dog because of the music.
What?
I can't hear the dialogue because of the music.
I know, the awful music like drowns it out.
Well, she looked down at the hot dog, Doug, and it looked like a face. And then the face is talking, saying it has 7 kids at home. And
it looked like a Duke lacrosse player on the penis. I get it.
I get it. Had a face, a nose, a mouth, eyes,
the ketchup
ears.
Looked like hair.
Yeah, the ketchup looked like hair.
I think the message is, I must feel like a whore for putting out, because otherwise, if I just give in to my natural sexual urge, then a guy won't have to work 60 hours, put in overtime to get a spoiler for his Honda that might attract me to maybe giving him oral gratification in the toilet.
Is this what you're getting from this?
Wow. Nice buzz.
Yeah.
All right,
I think the hot dog is some kind of, thing there.
Hot dog, but the point is, drugs, any drug that makes you not produce is against the law. is any drug that will keep you dumb and happy in a 60-hour-a-week cubicle, yeah, that's legal.
All right, let's get back to the story here.
All right.
But he had a wife and 7 kids at home to support. And I stood there with his hot dog and asked Terry, "Do you know this hot dog is talking to me?" And he says, "Nah, let's get out of here." He thought I was just faking.
Thanks for the help.
And I told him, "Look at the thing. He's got a face." And he's screaming. And the guy finally looked over, and he got on the same trip that I was on.
Look at the, you know something? This bitch just screwed up the other guy's good trip.
Poor Terry.
Poor Terry is just hanging out. He's having a good time.
He has to battle having a girl's name to begin with. Just wants to get high and enjoy himself.
Have a little acid. Enjoy the time. Maybe get lucky with this whore later on. It's the
dog.
60s. He's free love.
He's tripping with a hot piece of ass.
Yeah, he's going to be getting some. She brings up a talking hot dog. He's like, "Nah, don't. It's nothing." Meaning, bitch, shut up. Leave this alone. Don't think about it.
Don't go there.
She brings it up again. He looks. Oh Christ! It does have a face. Now he ruins his trip.
Maybe
Killjoy.
maybe it was his hot dog.
Maybe, yeah.
It's not talking, just
Maybe
put it in
it's
your
his
mouth.
first trip, and he doesn't know well enough to leave her behind to go walk around the neighborhood.
Yeah, just leave her alone, man.
Yeah.
And the hot dog had one eye, and it was looking at me intensely.
They're having bad trips. That's for rookies to deal with. That's why you have youngsters like Butters hanging around.
Drop her off at the hospital and just leave.
Yeah, well, it gets better, so,
Go, I'm
So
waiting.
Terry has acknowledged the face on the hot dog?
Yeah, Terry now is starting to get into the same bad trip that this broad is
It's
into.
like having free XM. I love it.
here we go.
Over, and he got on the same trip that I was on. And we sat there carrying on a conversation with that hot dog. Finally, I decided I was just hallucinating, so I put it in my mouth and bit down. It screamed so loud.
That's Terry screaming. I see this a whole different way.
They
now.
They never left the apartment.
They never left the apartment, and that's Terry screaming his ass off.
She was tripping that they bought a hot dog.
He drew a face on it.
Yeah, just to be silly because they're tripping. Oh, this should be fun.
Or Terry was driving, and that
Just
scream was
saying,
the tire
tripping
screeching.
with- I'm saying the guy I'm tripping with is a kind of a new friend of mine, and we're down in a small town on the Arizona border. So he doesn't understand that I'm hearing, and then I put it into my mouth, and then I start yanking off, and he's like, "I thought you were on the radio," and you go, "I'll explain later."
Bear with me.
Yeah, bear with me.
Jesus.
All right, so I backed it up a little bit. Here we go again.
I decided I was just hallucinating, so I put it in my mouth and bit down. It screamed so loud that you could hear it all over town, so I had to throw it on the ground and step on it.
Opie
Poor
tactic.
guy.
She's using the Opie mouse technique.
It's the same thing Lorena Bobbitt said.
Why would you have to step on it? Why not just put it down safely and gently?
Because it was suffering like Opie's mice
Yeah,
in the glue trap.
This is a monster now.
You got to put it down and you got to kill it.
Right.
That's probably just a drug.
Biting it and stomping.
As she's stomping, thinking of all its children.
Poor Terry, he's just in San Francisco, the heyday of the hippies. He's just
Yeah.
trying to get some action.
Got some chicken capris and a smart outfit.
Summer of love with some dope.
Some dope that's just destroying his manhood. I don't believe it's a hot dog anymore.
She had a nice unconditioned braid in her hair.
Yeah, hairy armpits, dirty feet.
Where did they play this thing? Was this like in front of every good movie that you had to sit?
No, this kind of thing used to play in schools.
Yeah.
They would like get an assembly together in school and play this along with, Hamburger on the Highway, that movie about driving in Driver's
I
Ed.
remember, honestly, in, I guess it was 6th grade, a science teacher telling us that kids who would sniff glue would die and be so deformed that their parents couldn't pick out their bodies in the morgue.
Sounds
Like
cool.
I never thought about sniffing glue, but it occurred to me later on. Wait, they were teaching me this in public school.
Yeah.
It's such disinformation that it destroys. Like there's drugs that are bad, but once a kid learns that, hey, if I smoke a joint, I'm probably not going to blow my friend's head off.
Yeah, it was always smoking a joint, and you would, if you were the babysitter, let's say you're babysitting and you smoke a little reefer, you would put the baby in the oven, and the mother would come home and find the turkey upstairs tucked into the crib. That was always like the story. And she'd go to check on her baby and go, why is there a turkey in the crib? And run downstairs, and the babysitter would go, no, the turkey's in the oven. And the mother would open the oven and scream because her baby was cooked in the oven because the babysitter smoked a joint.
But the thing is, once kids realize that one of those... Am I there?
Yeah. Yeah, you're there.
Yeah, once kids realize that one of those things is garbage, they discount all of it. And they go, well, I guess heroin must be just as easy as pot. Like, if you're going to have PSAs, make them honest.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the end of the story here. We got 40 more seconds.
I'm all night.
There's a great ending here.
So loud that you could hear it all over town, so I had to throw it on the ground and step on it. And I was jumping on this hot dog in the middle of Market Street. I realized that I had murdered it. And I took off screaming down the street, scared.
All right, running. She ran down the street, just scared.
Nothing makes me want to slap a woman more than when they scream like that.
Because she murdered a hot dog.
Terry, wait, is there video of this, or this is...
Yeah, there is a video.
Yeah, you're going to have to tell me how this PSA ends, because I can only... The sound effects are screaming over the dialogue.
Yeah, I saw the video, or a piece of it, just recently. It was on something, I think maybe The Daily Show was playing, or a Colbert Report. It was playing like a piece of it. And, yeah, there's video. It's all groovy and done with, like, those light shows that used to be done with oil paint and the overhead projector. Kind of thing like that was going on in between.
Like an old Black Sabbath video.
Yeah, something like that, exactly. Kaleidoscope things going on. Wow, wow.
And, Doug, I'll tell you how this ended, with Terry in the emergency room going, why did she do that to me? Why? She's jumping up.
Why?
Why?
All right, we got a break. Doug, we're going to let you go, all right?
Hey, thanks for having me. I have an update coming out to you, but I'll be in Scotland for a whole month, so I won't. But I'll talk to you soon.
Have a good trip.
All right, don't eat any hot dogs in the next 24 hours.
Or if you do,
so.
make sure they're white.
Thanks for having me on when I'm tripping. It makes me feel good.
Right on. Doug Stanhope.
No problem,
Check him
Doug.
out on MySpace. All right, Doug.
All right.
Peace. There he goes.
Love Doug. He's out of his mind.
Bob.